हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, आज हम लोग एक नया टॉपिक स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, कार्बोक्सिलिक एसिड। लास्ट क्लास में हम लोग अल्डिहाइड कीटोन्स कंप्लीट किए थे। अब हम लोग कार्बोक्सिलिक एसिड स्टार्ट करते हैं। ये एक छोटा चैप्टर है बट इम्पोर्टेंट चैप्टर है कार्बोक्सिलिक एसिड एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से। तो कार्बोक्सिलिक एसिड अगेन इस चैप्टर को हम दो अलग अलग पार्ट में पढ़ते हैं। सबसे पहले मेथड्स ऑफ प्रिपरेशन ऑफ कार्बोक्सिलिक एसिड। Methods of preparation of carboxylic acid. Carboxylic acid can be prepared by various method. तो कैसे कैसे किस कौन कौन से रिएजेंट से कौन सा ग्रुप कार्बोक्सिलिक एसिड में कन्वर्ट होगा, ये सारा हमें देखना है। तो इसमें फर्स्ट लेते हैं बाय द ऑक्सीडेशन ऑफ प्राइमरी अल्कोहल and aldehyde. By the oxidation of primary alcohol and aldehyde. Already हम लोग पहले भी कर चुके हैं इसको। So primary alcohol and aldehyde gets oxidized. ठीक है, देखिए primary alcohol and aldehyde gets oxidized to carboxylic acid in presence of acidified potassium dichromate solution. In presence of acidified potassium dichromate solution or acidic or alkaline KMnO4 solution or acidic or alkaline KMnO4 solution, acidic or alkaline KMnO4 solution, ठीक है, acidic or alkaline KMnO4 solution। तो रिएक्शन कैसे होना है? K2SO4 sorry K2Cr2O7 K2Cr2O7 plus H2SO4 gives rise to K2SO4 plus Cr2SO4 taken thrice plus H2O plus nascent oxygen. Then RCH2OH plus nascent oxygen gives RCHO plus nascent oxygen gives RC double bond of OH. So primary alcohol first gets converted to corresponding aldehyde which is oxidized to carboxylic acid. So in the net reaction we'll write K2Cr2O7 plus H2SO4 plus RCHO gives rise to RCH2OH. This and this will be cancelled. This and this will be cancelled. Okay. So RCH2OH gives rise to K2SO4 plus Cr2SO4 taken thrice plus H2O plus RC double bond O OH. Okay. Many examples you can take. So let up this. क्या हुआ? K2Cr2O7 nascent oxygen दिया, nascent oxygen will oxidize this primary alcohol to corresponding aldehyde and further aldehyde gets oxidized to corresponding carboxylic acid. Okay, see if you see the reactions with their structures, see let's say we have this alcohol, we use K2Cr2O7 in H2SO4 and heat. So what it forms? First of all, this gets converted to aldehyde, which further gets oxidized to carboxylic acid. So the end product is carboxylic acid. If there is secondary alcohol, already we did this reaction, they will be converted to corresponding ketone. Suppose this alcohol is there and we use K2Cr2O7, this allyl alcohol gets converted to corresponding allyl aldehyde, which further gets oxidized to OH. Over here, K2Cr2O7 will affect this carbon to carbon multiple bond also, and therefore they get oxidized. So instead of this, we'll take saturated alcohol, saturated aldehyde if you want to form saturated acid and monocarboxylic acid. If there is a double bond, this double bond also gets affected by the use of K2Cr2O7H2SO4 and they undergo cleavage. This will become carboxylic acid further. So over here aldehyde and then carboxylic acid. So becoming oxalic acid, the end product. Let's say we have this alcohol and we use K2Cr2O7 H2SO4 heat. So the end product is, this will become C double bond O OH OH plus this will become C double bond O OH C double bond O OH, oxalic acid. This is what? Oxalic acid. Similarly, if we take another alcohol, C double bond OH aldehyde, by the use of K2Cr2O7 in H2SO4 heat, it gives rise to C double bond O OH. If you use for fural K2Cr2O7 H plus and heat, what it forms? Sulfuric acid C double bond O OH. Similarly, by the use of KMnO4, by the oxidation of primary alcohol, the first phase. And now, similar by the use of KMnO4, acidic or alkaline, what will happen? Primary alcohol gets converted to corresponding carboxylic acid. Primary alcohol gets converted to corresponding carboxylic acid. Secondary alcohol is converted to ketone. Primary alcohol is converted to carboxylic acid. Secondary alcohol to ketone. Alright. Similarly, see, suppose we have OH. At this place pH, we use this will become C double bond OH. This is the end product. Similarly, if we use CS2OH by the use of hot KMnO4, hot MnO4 minus alkaline. Similar reagent over here, what it forms? It forms benzoic acid. CH2CH2OH. It forms benzoic acid, causes the cleavage of carbon-carbon bond plus carbon dioxide, water is eliminated. If we take another example, double bond and OH, by the use of MnO4 minus hot alkaline, so double bond gets affected, becoming carbon dioxide, water, plus this will become double bond OH, double bond OH, oxalic acid. If there is triple bond and over here OH, again this will be converted to same product, carbon dioxide, water and oxalic acid. By the use of hot alkaline KMnO4, what it forms, there is double bond O, this ketone gets oxidized further to carboxylic acid. Alright, so by the cleavage of carbon to carbon double bond, so over here OH, at this place there will be OH, as well as this will become C double bond OH. So write down notable point over here in this reaction. Note. By the use of K2Cl2 in dilute sulfuric acid, by the use of K2Cl2 and dilute sulfuric acid or hot alkaline KMnO4 carbon to carbon multiple bond also gets affected. 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 Okay. Next point is, by the use of Tollens reagent, or slurry of silver oxide in sodium hydroxide solution or ammonium hydroxide solution, which is mild oxidizing agent, carbon to carbon multiple bond remains unaffected. Carbon to carbon multiple bond remains unaffected. Carbon to carbon multiple bond remains unaffected. Okay, like suppose we have this example, double bond over here, C double bond OH, will use Ag2O in ammonium hydroxide solution. So what it forms, this is mild oxidizing agent, and this will become CO minus. Followed by the acidification, this will give rise to acid, carboxylic acid, like this. Okay. Similarly, if we use C double bond OH and over here double bond, by the use of silver oxide in sodium hydroxide solution, second reagent is acidification, gives rise to corresponding carboxylic acid, C double bond OH double bond. So their carbon to carbon multiple bond is being retained. Next, second is by haloform reaction. Already we did number of times this reaction. Let's say we have RC double bond OH. We use X2 in presence of sodium hydroxide cold dilute. Okay, so this R must contain CH3 group. So CH3 C double bond O. This will become CHX3, and this part is converted to HC double bond O, O minus. Further, let's say we have CH3 C double bond O, CH3, and we'll use chlorine in presence of NaOH or NaOCl. This will become CH3 C double bond O, O minus plus CHX3. If you use PH C double bond O, CH3 in presence of iodine and sodium hydroxide, what it forms? It forms PH C double bond O, O minus plus CHI3. Over here chlorine we have taken, so we can write CHCl3. At this place iodoform, there is chloroform. Alright, so simply this is by haloform reactions, that aldehyde or alcohol is converted to corresponding acidic group. Next is by the oxidation of alkene. By the oxidation of alkene. Third is by the oxidation of alkene. By the oxidation of alkene. Let's say alkene is there and it undergo oxidation. Okay, oxidation by the use of various oxidizing agent. If you use hot alkaline KMnO4, so there is cleavage of this bond becoming C double bond OH, and this terminal alkene CH2 group is converted to carbon dioxide and water. Suppose like this, if we use hot alkaline KMnO4 and there is a double bond also. So hot alkaline KMnO4, what will happen? This bond undergo cleavage and forms corresponding ketone plus. This will be ketone. This double bond undergo cleavage, so there will be double bond OH, at this place double bond OH. Already we did this, all these reactions. Suppose we have double bond, we use this. So the end product is, there will be double bond O plus CO2 plus water. If an alkyne gets oxidized, so there is double bond is broken, this will become C double bond OH, this will become C double bond OH. At this place there will be C double bond OH, and over here carbon dioxide and water. So write down notable point in this reaction. Alkene and alkyne in presence of hot alkaline KMnO4. In presence of hot alkaline KMnO4 gets oxidized to corresponding carboxylic acid. Gets oxidized to corresponding carboxylic acid. Oxidized to corresponding carboxylic acid. Terminal CH2 or CH group is converted to CO2. Terminal CH2 and CH group is converted to CO2 and water. Terminal CH2 and CH group is converted to CO2 and water. Terminal CH2 and CH group is converted to CO2 and water. Next point. Alkenes and alkynes can be further oxidized to carboxylic acid by the use of oxidative ozonolysis. By the use of oxidative ozonolysis. Let's say we have RCH double bond CHR. We use O3 in presence of water. So this is called as oxidative ozonolysis. Oxidative ozonolysis. So in oxidative ozonolysis, alright, and in reductive ozonolysis, if we take reductive ozonolysis, there will be zinc water, metal water. So this is reductive ozonolysis. Reductive ozonolysis. In oxidative ozonolysis, what it forms? RC double bond O, alright, OH, 2 moles. In reductive ozonolysis, what it forms? RC double bond O, H. So 2 moles of aldehyde in reductive and 2 moles of carboxylic acid over here in oxidative. Similarly, let's say we have this structure, we'll use ozonolysis in water. So this is oxidative ozonolysis. What it forms? This bond will be broken. This will be double bond O, and this bond will be broken. So this will be double bond OH plus this is CH2 group. So will be HC double bond O OH. This group is converted to, alright, C double bond O, and this is what? This bond is broken. This will become aldehyde. So C double bond O H will become OH. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon. So their end product in ozonolysis will be like this. That is oxidative ozonolysis. If we do the reductive ozonolysis of this, reductive ozonolysis, zinc water will take. So what will happen? This bond will be broken in the form of double bond O and H. Over here, double bond O and H. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this. So this is the product of reductive ozonolysis. This is the product of oxidative ozonolysis, where O3 in water takes place, which is in presence of oxidizing agent. Then aldehyde CHO carbon hydrogen bond is converted to OH group. So this will become OH and OH. Next is hydrolysis of nitriles. I think this is over. Then hydrolysis of nitriles. Nitriles undergo hydrolysis. This is which reaction? Fourth. Hydrolysis of nitriles. Nitriles undergo hydrolysis. Nitriles undergo hydrolysis by boiling or dilute mineral acid or alkali. By boiling dilute mineral acid or alkali to form corresponding carboxylic acid. To form corresponding carboxylic acid. Okay, with one more carbon atom. To form carboxylic acid with one more carbon atom. Therefore, this reaction is used to increase the length of carbon chain by one carbon atom. This reaction is used to increase the length of carbon chain by one carbon atom. See now, suppose there is RC triple bond N. We do hydrolysis either in presence of dilute HCl or boiling HCl, H3O plus or H2SO4, either acid catalyzed or base catalyzed mechanism. So if we do hydrolysis, what it forms, their first product is amide, which undergo further hydrolysis becoming RCH, C double bond OH plus ammonia gas is evolved. See the reaction mechanism, how it takes place in acid catalyzed mechanism. So we have RC triple bond N, there is lone pair in presence of H plus, this is protonated to them, becoming RC triple bond NH, this is plus. Further, water will attack to this carbonyl carbon and this bond is transferred, becoming RC OH2 plus. Double bond NH, there is a lone pair, they will accept this bond is transferred, becoming RC, there is OH, and over here double bond NH2 plus. Lone pair of this oxygen will return back, this will approach to this place and H plus will move out. So will become RC double bond O NH2, this is what? Amide. So by the one equivalent of, alright, water, it gives corresponding amide. While amide undergo further hydrolysis, to become carboxylic acid. So amide under acidic condition, H plus, this will become RC double bond O NH3 plus, alright, and there is OH plus. So what happens? Water will attack to this carbonyl center to neutralize this oxygen, becoming RC. There is OH. At this place we have NH3 plus. Alright, or simply we can say if it is NH2, so this will remain as NH2. In the next step, what happens? This lone pair approaches to this oxygen. Alright, this OH2 plus is there. Okay, either this lone pair is given to this H plus or lone pair is given to this H plus. No difference because there is H plus acidic solution is there. So we have RC, at this place we have OH, over here OH, at this place NH3 plus. Now this oxygen lone pair will return back, NH3 plus is a good living group and becoming RC double bond OH plus ammonia gas is evolved. So reaction is proceeding in this manner. This is the end product. Once again, see, the first step is protonation. Protonation of this takes place, becoming NH plus. Water will attack to this carbon. This bond is shifted to nitrogen. So this structure will become like this: RCOH2 plus, and over here NH. It is having lone pair. They will accept this proton. This bond is transferred to oxygen. So this structure will become RCOH double bond NH2 plus. This structure. Now this lone pair return back to this place, and this pi bond is shifted towards nitrogen. So this will become NH2 and RC double bond, that is amide. Amide further undergo hydrolysis in acidic condition. So acidic condition, H plus is there. So this oxygen will give electron pair to H plus, becoming OH plus. Now this carbon electrophilicity is increases. This lone pair of water approaches to them, becoming OH2 plus. Alright. Now this nitrogen which is having lone pair, this is given to this H plus. This bond is transferred, becoming RC, OH, OH, and over here NH3 plus. This structure. And now NH3 plus is a good living group. So what will happen? This lone pair approaches to this, and this bond is being transferred to this, becoming what? RC double bond OH and NH3. So this is, however, ammonia NH3 plus is living group, but it is not so good as that of H2O plus. It is not so good as that of H2O plus. So over here NH3 plus is being eliminated by using this. Similarly, in alkaline medium we can do this. Base catalyzed mechanism, alright, is also causes hydrolysis of amide. First of all, do a copy of this mechanism. Over. Now we'll do base catalyzed mechanism. In base catalyzed mechanism, what will happen? See, RC triple bond N in presence of NaOH, Na plus OH minus. This negative charge approaches to this carbonyl carbon, causes the cleavage of this bond. So becoming what? RC double bond N minus. At this place there is OH. Now this approaches to water. This minus will accept this H plus, becoming RC OH. There is double bond NH. Further, this lone pair, this undergo tautomerization, and this will be RC double bond O. NH minus will accept this H plus, becoming RC double bond O NH2. This is what amide is formed in alkaline base catalyzed mechanism. Further we have NaOH. OH minus approaches to this carbon, this bond is transferred, becoming RCO minus. Over here OH, at this place we have NH2 minus, NH2. Further what will happen? Now there is OH and NH2, so this NH will accept this H plus, becoming this, becoming RC O minus, over here O minus, at this place NH3 plus. Now this minus will return back, NH3 will go out, becoming RC double bond O minus plus ammonia gas will be evolved. So again this is carboxylate ion is formed. Further it requires acidification, neutralization of their charge, becoming OH. So carboxylic acid is formed. Over. Once again I'll do. This OH minus approaches to this carbonyl carbon, causes the migration of their pi bond towards nitrogen. So this structure will become OH over here, N9 minus. This will accept H plus from water, becoming NH, and then they undergo tautomerization effect over here. So tautomerization effect, this will become RC double bond O, NH minus. Further, what will happen? This minus will approach to this H plus. This bond is transferred towards this oxygen, isn't it? And it becomes C double bond O, NH2. Further, this is what? This is amide. So with one equivalent, it forms corresponding amide, or we can say it forms carboxylic acid through the formation of amide itself. This amide can be isolated, no problem. So if we have OH minus, further this OH minus approaches to this carbonyl carbon. This bond is transferred towards oxygen, and then what it forms? RC, O minus over here OH. At this place there is NH2. Again, this NH2, which is having one electron pair, lone pair, this is given to this H plus, bond is transferred towards oxygen. This will become dialkoxy anion, and from this dialkoxy anion, this NH3 plus can be easily eliminated and becoming RCO minus and ammonia gas. This undergo acidification, becoming carboxylic acid. Okay, alright. Now we'll do some reactions, some examples. See, this reaction, what we are getting extra carbon in the chain. So therefore, it is used to increase the length of carbon chain by one carbon atom. Let's suppose we have some reaction. We'll use NaCN or KCN. Gives rise to A. Further, when it reacts with HCl dilute, forms B. Over. Now see, in this case, this is allyl halide. So the A is, I think you should do this. Cn. Further followed by hydrolysis, it forms C double bond OH. You do all these questions as a practice question and ask your doubts or queries right on the group itself. Okay, now next is, it was third reaction I think, now fourth, or it was fourth reaction, now fifth. From Grignard reagent, Grignard reagent. How Grignard reagent can be converted? Carboxylic acid can be prepared from Grignard reagent. So when Grignard reagent reacts with carbon dioxide, write down. When Grignard reagent reacts with carbon dioxide, followed by acidification, it forms corresponding carboxylic acid. It forms corresponding carboxylic acid. Let's say we have RMgX. We'll take carbon dioxide. So there is MgX plus R minus, approaches to this carbon, this bond is transferred, becoming RC double bond O minus MgX plus, followed by hydrolysis, gives rise to corresponding carboxylic acid. Similarly, if we have PHMgBr and it reacts with carbon dioxide, this is plus, this is minus, approaches to this carbon, this bond is transferred, becoming PHC double bond O minus MgBr plus, followed by hydrolysis, gives rise to PHC double bond OH plus MgOH Br. Okay, in this reaction there are some notable points, so write down note. This reaction, first point, this reaction gives an excellent method. This reaction gives an excellent method for converting alkyl halide into carboxylic acid. For converting alkyl halide into carboxylic acid, with more carbon atom than that of starting material. With more carbon atom than that of starting material. Okay, next point. This is more useful method than nitriles. This is more useful method than the hydrolysis of nitriles because it is not very much sensitive towards steric hindrance. Because it is not very much sensitive towards steric hindrance. It is not very much sensitive towards steric hindrance. And hence it works well with primary, secondary and tertiary alkyl halide, and hence it works well with primary, secondary and tertiary alkyl halide, as well as allyl and benzyl, as well as allyl, benzyl, vinyl, allyl, benzyl, vinyl, and aryl halides right, which do not contain reactive groups like OH, COH, which do not contain reactive group like OH, COH, SO3H, NH2SH, NH2SH, C triple bond CH, as well as SO group, CO group, as well as CO group. What does it mean? See, suppose we have an alkyl halide like this, Br. Over here methyl, methyl and methyl. If we treat them with magnesium in diethyl ether in dry condition, so what it forms? It forms methyl, methyl over here MgBr. Okay. Now when it reacts with carbon dioxide, so this is minus, MgBr is plus. This approaches to this carbon, this bond is transferred, becoming methyl, methyl, methyl. This is attached with C double bond of O minus, MgBr plus. Followed by hydrolysis, becoming methyl, 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 C double bond of OH plus MgOH Br. Similarly, let's see another example. Bromobenzene treated with magnesium in THF. This will become MgBr. When treated with carbon dioxide followed by water, this will become benzoic acid. Okay. If there is phenol, and at this place there is Pr. If it is treated with magnesium and THF, this will become O minus, over here MgBr. This is to be taken in excess. Alright. Further, when it is treated with carbon dioxide, second is water. This will become O, C double bond O, O minus. This will become C double bond O, O minus. O minus will accept H plus, becoming OH. This will become if we use CH3 MgBr, this is minus, this is plus. C triple bond C minus plus CH4 gas is eliminated along with this MgBr plus. This approaches to them CO2. So carbon double bond, oxygen, double bond oxygen. This negative charge approaches to them, this bond is transferred. C triple bond C, C double bond O, O minus, MgBr plus, followed by the addition of water. So like this reaction takes place. Next is hydrolysis of geminal trihalide. Hydrolysis of geminal trihalide. Sixth one, hydrolysis of geminal trihalide or 1,1,1 trihalide. Cl, alkaline hydrolysis, OH plus NaCl 3 mole, eliminates water molecule, become carboxylic acid. CCl3 plus NaOH gives rise to corresponding benzoic acid plus 3 moles of NaCl. CH triple bond C, Cl3 plus NaOH gives CH triple bond C, C double bond OH. So geminal trihalide easily undergo hydrolysis and forms corresponding carboxylic acid. Next, okay. Next reaction, 7. By hydrocarboxylation of alkenes. Hydrocarboxylation of alkenes. Hydrocarboxylation of alkenes. When alkenes are heated in presence of carbon monoxide and steam, when alkenes are heated in presence of carbon monoxide and steam, under pressure of 500 atmospheric, carbon monoxide and steam under pressure of 500 atmospheric at 300 to 400 degrees Celsius temperature, 300 to 400 degrees Celsius temperature, it forms corresponding carboxylic acid it forms corresponding carboxylic acid, and reaction takes place in accordance with Markovnikov's addition rule. Reaction takes place in accordance with Markovnikov's addition rule. Okay, like for example, see, suppose we take RCH double bond CH2. It is with CO plus water in presence of H3PO4 at 500 atmospheric pressure, 300 to 400 degrees Celsius temperature. So what it forms? It forms RCH. Over here, C double bond OH. Then there is CH3. So see the mechanism of this reaction, how this reaction takes place, occurs. There is RCH double bond CH2. Alright. In presence of H plus, they will accept H plus first, becoming RCH CH3, this is plus. Now C triple bond C minus and plus, this is given to them, carbocationic center, becoming RCH C double bond O, and this is plus. Over here there is CH3. So now water will approach to this carbonyl carbon and becoming RCH C double bond O OH CH3 eliminates H plus. So addition takes place in accordance with Markovnikov's rule, and this reaction is called as Koch synthesis. This reaction is called as Koch synthesis or Koch reactions. Koch synthesis or Koch reactions. Okay. So today we'll do up to this in this video, and the next methods of preparation and all we'll discuss in next video. Thank you very much. I hope you understood all the methods of preparation, and if you have any queries, you can ask your queries in groups. You can send your doubts. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you.